SMT Nation, what is going on? It is your boy, the SMT. We're going to take a look at the Q2 2021 earnings report for AT&T. These numbers will indicate how they did during this most recent quarter. We'll take a look at a little bit of the financials, but mostly we're going to focus on the growth of the wireless and wireline parts of the company. A little bit of media too because of HBO Max. And of course, they've got deals that they've just completed to sell off and spin off part of their business in terms of media. So we'll kind of put all that together. I haven't even looked at these numbers yet. So I'm actually going to do that with you guys as I'm recording. So you'll get my reaction kind of throughout the video, and then I'll give you a conclusion at the end. All right, so for AT&T, for their quarterly earnings, what they focus on, obviously, is the growth of subscriptions. They want to see people deepening their relationship with the company. So the wireless, the fiber, the home broadband, and then the HBO Max. Their focus, obviously, effective and efficiency. All right, so that's been their claim to fame. We want to grow, but we want to do so in a profitable way. And then deliberate capital allocation, invest in their growth, trying to reduce their debt, and then hold a lot of assets. That's the AT&T way under John Stankey, the new CEO. All right, so in terms of growing the subscriber relationships, it looks like they did that. They had huge subscriber growth in all of their business segments, and we'll actually take a look at those specific numbers. So for wireless, the net adds, 789,000 net adds in terms of phone net adds. So yesterday, Verizon reported just under 200,000. AT&T essentially a multiplier of 4. All right, so 4 times the growth. Really good there. From the fiber side, they had net adds of 246,000. So we're talking about AT&T Fiber, the one that you can bundle with the wireless to get a nice little discount. That seems to be growing really well compared to last quarter when they had 225,000. So they've got positive momentum with the fiber. And, you look at the numbers, those are both good metrics, and HBO Max still growing. All right, they, I think, added 47 million subscribers. So that's really impressive. They added 44 million last quarter. So they are growing in all the segments of their business. In terms of the financial side, solid revenue growth, $44 billion. That's up 7.6%. The communications revenue is up 6% in mobility and consumer wireline. So that's the home fiber. Warner Media revenues are up 31% due to high content sales, subscriptions, and advertising revenue. And that's really good. The strong cash flow, liquidity position, cash from operations is almost $11 billion. CapEx at $4.0 billion, and gross capital investment of $5.3 billion. $7 billion in free cash flow with a dividend payout ratio of 55%. So the investors are going to be happy about this. I think this is all good. I don't see any major issues. In terms of mobility, the EBITDA, revenue's up 10.4%. Service revenue's up 5%. 789,000 postpaid phone net adds, 174,000 prepaid phone net adds. Remember, Verizon's was, I think, 10 or 14,000 for the prepaid side. So T-Mobile, the growing company compared to Verizon. Margins, they seem to be pretty high. They still, on the business wireline side, I think they're doing pretty good. Broadband is doing really well. The fiber ads are very high. They've got positive momentum here. I'm looking for any setbacks in this report, and I don't really see any. So far, everything's been positive. Warner Media seems to be doing good. It looks like the sports content is helping a lot as well. Let's see here. They've got 67 million global HBO subscribers, 47 million domestic HBO Max subscribers. And looking at these financials, the revenue growth is there. I'm looking for something bad. I don't see anything. That's pretty impressive. So, wow. Just to quickly go over some of the specific wireless stuff, let's take a look at that. side of things, so we had the 789,000 postpaid phone net adds. I think the total postpaid net adds was 1.156 million, 174,000 on the prepaid for phone net adds. Postpaid phone churn 0.69, so that's really low. They're saying that ties the lowest churn ever. If you remember from yesterday, Verizon's churn rate was also really low. So we're not really seeing people leaving the company, whether it's Verizon or AT&T. Revenue's up 10.4%. Service revenue's up 5%. Equipment revenue's up 31.9%. I think Verizon's was 22%. So a lot of these numbers are like 2 to 4 times higher than even Verizon's. And a lot of people said Verizon did pretty good, especially compared to last quarter. Consumer wireline, that was the fiber, 246,000 fiber net adds. Penetration percentage at 36%. That's continued to rise. I believe it was at 33 or 34% last quarter. So that's on the up and up. Revenue's up 2.9%. Broadband revenue's up 8.3% with an ARPU growth of 6.1%. More profitable, adding more money. In terms of Warner Media, like I said before, they added 2.8 million total domestic HBO Max and HBO subscribers. So that adds to 47 million total now. That's up 10.7 million in the past year. They've got 67.5 million globally, which is up 12 million from last year. To give you an idea of what they've done so far. They did launch the ad-supported HBO Max. The total revenues are up by 31% in Warner Media, so it's at 8.8 billion, and they're expecting 70 to 73 million global HBO Max HBO subscribers by the end of the year. In looking at some of these other metrics, wow, it's really good. I'm really impressed by their continued growth, but I can't say that I'm surprised because they have been focusing on growth. So I'm starting to feel like maybe we need to shift our mindset and our mind frame about AT&T, because the question is they're acting more competitive. They're trying to grow the company, right? All these different growth factors. They're more focused, but we can no longer look at them and say, this is like the old AT&T. Their ways, the way that they're moving is they're more nimble, they're more fleet-footed, and their focus is growth, but they're doing so and it's profitable. So I think investors have to look at AT&T a little bit differently. Eventually, they're going to cut the dividend. They're starting to reduce their debt load. I don't give investment advice. I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. But at some point, I think the AT&T stock begins to become a serious buy in value, because eventually you're going to have to look at it and say, well, this company is operating really well. It's been a lot of growth, and they've reduced their debt tremendously. I mean, they are starting to sell off their assets. They're spinning off media, right? That's going to reduce their debt load. And they're also selling off other parts of the business, like this Rio, and they're trying to sell Xander and all these other things. Whether it's $1 billion or $10 billion or $20 billion transactions, they're going to be reducing the debt. So the fears of that kind of subside and go back and fall back. And they're still profitable. I think the ARPU, and this is one of the things that I wanted to see because I wanted to compare it to Verizon's numbers. I think their ARPU is at $54, which is probably going to end up industry leading. I don't see how T-Mobile is going to beat that. T-Mobile definitely not as profitable. The owner economics that AT&T has, they own and operate their own fiber, and their wireless network is massive. But looking at the postpaid phone only ARPU at $54.24, while it's down 0.4%, they've done the volume. They're doing the numbers. I don't know. They got the postpaid churn at 0.69. I think it was 0.84 a year ago in this quarter. Wow. Prepaid churn, a record low, less than 3%. They've never seen that. So there's a lot of good here. This is a big quarter. There's a lot of good things coming at AT&T. Verizon, obviously the highlight of their day was service revenues, right? Very profitable. They generate a lot of money, but they don't have the growth that AT&T does. And I would argue that this is it probably will end up the most impressive quarter of all three of the big three carriers. I don't know if we could still yet to count Dish. We can definitely count the Boost Mobile numbers, but not really postpaid. So tell me what you think in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say on this quarter from AT&T. Looks like another big quarter. That's consecutive quarters over and over again. We're starting to see a theme. AT&T willing to compete. They're doing so in a profitable way. They're driving home the three business factors. They're delivering on wireless and mobility, the home broadband and home internet, and the HBO Max. They are like a well-oiled machine, as we see. Anyways, go ahead and drop me that line in the comment section below, the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. And if you're a real one, you watch this all the way through, let's hashtag ATT. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Thank you for taking this opportunity to watch the SMT YouTube channel. If you appreciated this video, give it a like and a share to all your favorite social media platforms. Thank you in advance for that. Also, check out some of the links in the description box. We have the SMT Patreon page. We also have the Twitter handle at SneedTech. And do check out the audio-only podcast available on all the major podcast platforms. And if you are new, have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and activate the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. We'll catch you on the next video. Peace.